He started carrying a beginner English book in his bag, not because he planned to read it often, but because he hoped he might find moments to read. Slowly, those moments appeared, in line at the store, during a short wait, sitting on a bench. He read page after page whenever he had 3-4 spare minutes. The book traveled with him everywhere, and so did his progress. By the time he reached the last page, he felt like he had traveled a long distance inside himself. Reading English felt strange to him at first, especially when he read quietly out loud. His voice sounded awkward, uncertain. But he kept reading one page a day, letting the words flow however they could. Over time, his voice grew steadier. He understood more, pronounced better, and felt less embarrassed. One night, he read an entire page aloud confidently. That small victory showed him that his voice had grown alongside his reading habit, slowly, gently, beautifully. Before dinner, I spend a few minutes reading a short English conversation. I say some lines quietly to practice speaking on my own. I also check if I remember yesterday's vocabulary. This small habit prepares my mind for more learning later. After finishing all his chores, he often felt physically tired but mentally restless. So before resting, he read one English page to settle his mind. The simple act gave him a sense of closure, telling his brain the day was done, and he had grown a little. He didn't read fast, but he read consistently. And in that consistency, he found a peaceful kind of self-discipline. We keep an online mistake jar where we write funny English mistakes we make. Instead of feeling bad, we just laugh and learn from them. The jar reminds us that mistakes are part of progress. Lily needs to find the workshop room and asks Ethan. She's unsure about workshop. She says, "Where is the workshop room?" Slowly. Ethan smiles and shows her the way. Every time a learner sits at the same cafe table, they remember past English sessions there. The memories make them feel a bit stronger. They are going to choose this spot whenever they need extra confidence. The table becomes a quiet anchor of progress. Jason participates in a conversation card game. Each card has a small question. He answers clearly and calmly. The game helps him talk naturally. He often walked through a quiet park in the late afternoon. One day, he sat on a bench, opened his English story, and read a page while listening to the distant chatter of children. The fresh air made the reading feel natural, peaceful. Soon, he always brought his book with him to the park. Over time, those peaceful pages helped him read with more flow and confidence. Nature became his classroom, soft, gentle, and encouraging. When the sky turned orange every evening, he took out a simple English book and read one page. The colors outside made him feel calm, and English blended into that peaceful moment. He didn't understand everything at first, but he enjoyed the feeling of progress. Over time, his reading flowed like the slow sunset, steady, gentle, beautiful. He used to struggle with sleep, too many thoughts stealing his rest. But once he started reading one English page before closing his eyes, something changed. The story slowed his mind, gently guiding him toward sleep. The calming rhythm of simple English lines helped him breathe easier. After weeks, he realized he slept better on the nights he read. English became his gentle lullaby, soft, slow, and comforting. He didn't start reading English to become fluent. He started because he wanted to feel confident again. He chose a simple page each night and read it without worrying about mistakes. Slowly, the fog in his mind lifted. Sentences weren't walls anymore. They were bridges. After a few weeks, he laughed at a funny dialogue he understood instantly. That tiny laugh felt like a reward. English didn't change overnight, but his relationship with it did. One gentle page at a time, he found his confidence again. At an outdoor fitness area near the running path, the speakers play very loud music during On's morning run. He wants to ask someone to turn it down, but everyone there seems to be speaking English. He says, "Excuse me, could you please make the music a little lower? It's hard for me to focus on my breathing." And they kindly adjust it. Anne realizes that polite English helps him create a better space for his training. The kitchen was always the quietest place in his home at night. One evening, unable to sleep, he sat at the kitchen table with only the small overhead light on. He opened his English storybook and read a page while everything else slept. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant city sounds, the stillness. It all helped him absorb the words with unusual clarity. That late-night kitchen became his secret classroom, where he improved quietly while the world rested. Lily suggests a local handmade gift shop. She explains what items are special there. The tourist smiles and takes notes. Lily feels proud. Noah tells Sophia about his friendly dog. She shares pictures of her cat. They enjoy the cute conversation. Emma joins a weekend English club meeting. She shares her simple weekend plans. Members ask her a few friendly questions. She feels relaxed speaking in English. Someone sees the same barista every week and finally asks, "What's your name?" in English. The barista shares their name and asks back. The learner introduces themselves and feels suddenly more connected. They are going to use names to make future conversations warmer. Olivia practices explaining time and schedules. She describes her daily timetable slowly. Members understand easily. She feels more confident planning aloud. We have a rule that every English message must include one emoji that matches the meaning. It helps us connect words with feelings. The chat becomes colorful and expressive. Learning feels playful. Jason tells Chloe he felt happy today after helping someone at work. She says kindness always comes back. Their chat feels uplifting. Daniel recommends a shop with popular local snacks. He describes which items tourists usually like. The visitor writes them down. Lily plays a vocabulary game at the club. She tries to pronounce each word correctly to earn points. Everyone laughs and has fun together. She realizes learning English can be enjoyable. Cooking became one of his small joys, especially waiting for something to bake. Instead of standing idly in the kitchen, he grabbed his English book and read a page while the oven timer ticked down. The warm smell of food mixed with the warmth of learning. 10 minutes passed quickly. Soon the kitchen became his reading nook, where delicious scents and simple stories blended into one peaceful routine. And as his meals became better, so did his English, both rising slowly with time and patience. Grace tells Daniel she tries to stay happy by focusing on small wins. Daniel says gratitude helps him. They inspire each other with simple but meaningful habits. Olivia tells Liam she relaxes by listening to soft music. Liam shares that he likes taking evening walks. They enjoy learning peaceful habits from each other. Noah wants to submit documents and asks Emma. He fears mispronouncing submit. He asks clearly, "Where do I submit these documents?" Emma answers helpfully. Emma sees Lucas looking for the changing room. She worries about pronouncing changing. She says clearly, "The changing room is over there." Lucas nods gratefully, and Emma feels confident. Noah tells Sophia he worries about speaking incorrectly. Sophia says everyone makes mistakes. He feels lighter knowing she understands. Michael tells Anna one thing he is looking forward to this week. She shares hers too. Their small routine helps them feel connected. Madison wants to understand the building rules. She hesitates over rules. She says, "What are the building rules?" slowly. Olivia explains them. Grace helps a tourist buy a local SIM card. She explains the data plan in simple English. The tourist understands and chooses the right option. Grace feels helpful. I sit at a small table in the cafe and read an English paragraph on my tablet. The quiet music in the background helps me relax. I highlight useful phrases and review them later. This cafe becomes a warm place where I build my English slowly. Ava wants to offer her seat to Daniel in a waiting area. She fears mispronouncing seat. She says clearly, "You can take this seat." Daniel smiles and accepts, and Ava feels proud of her clear pronunciation. Noah sits in a small garden with his English book. Birds chirping create a relaxing backdrop. He repeats difficult words slowly. Nature makes reading more enjoyable. Grace practices making a phone call in English. She speaks slowly for clarity. Her partner answers politely. She feels more confident about real phone conversations. Grace tells Daniel a lesson she learned recently. Small steps still count. She explains how practicing English daily helps her. Daniel agrees and shares a lesson of his own. Noah tells Sophia he enjoyed their meaningful chat today. Sophia replies with warm words and wishes him a peaceful night. Their connection feels calm and sincere. Michael reads an English guidebook during his flight. Some phrases are new to him, so he practices their pronunciation quietly. He feels excited knowing he can use these phrases soon. Reading becomes part of the trip experience. He had a small lamp on his desk that gave off a warm, yellow glow. One night, he turned off all the other lights and read a page of his English story under that gentle beam. The cozy atmosphere made learning feel intimate and calm. Soon, this soft-lit reading time became a nightly ritual, one that soothed his mind and strengthened his language. The lamp didn't make him fluent, but it made him consistent. Jason tells Chloe that online spaces can be kind when people choose gentle words. Chloe agrees and says their chats feel safe. Jason appreciates the positive atmosphere. Someone looks at their coffee and their open English book and feels grateful. Neither is fancy, but together they're changing something inside. They are going to remember this simple combination on hard days. A cup and a page can quietly shape a new future. Mark wants jeans that fit well and look professional. He hesitates because the staff uses many English terms about fit and cut. He says, "I need something slim but not too tight," and gets perfect suggestions. Mark leaves feeling good about both the jeans and his English. I add English into different parts of my day in simple ways. I read while waiting, review a phrase while walking, and think of a word before bed. These tiny actions build a steady habit. They show me that progress happens through daily effort. Two friends sit across from each other, each with a list of new English words. They take turns teaching each other meanings. They are going to quiz each other before leaving. Sharing vocabulary makes it easier to remember. Emma takes a gentle walk and pauses at a bench to read her English story. She whispers new words to practice. The relaxing movement keeps her mind active. She enjoys this quiet learning time. Michael practices different English greetings. He tests formal and informal versions with partners. Members respond warmly. He feels more natural saying them. A learner flips through English notes slowly, not chasing perfection. The sound of milk steaming in the background feels soothing. They are going to mark only the parts they truly need to review. The cafe allows review without guilt. He practiced reading English in whispers so no one would hear him. The soft sound of English felt strange in his mouth at first, but every night he whispered a page, slowly, patiently. The whisper became clearer, the sentences smoother, the fear smaller. One day he realized he could read out loud without shame. English didn't just enter his mind, it slowly grew in his voice. Someone puts their phone face down and opens a printed English story instead. The cafe becomes a rare place without endless notifications. They are going to read until their cup is empty. Phone-free minutes fill up with language instead.